Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, April the 26th, and I have another little story to tell you about little Glenda Merle and some of the problems that she had when she was growing up with ear infections. And this is a picture of me. I was probably about 3 years old. Looks like I gave myself a haircut. Look at those bangs. But anyway, from the time that I can ever remember, I always had earaches, and especially with my left ear, it would just get infected, and the pressure in my ear, it would just get to be so intense and so painful, and I would just cry and cry, and I would beg Mama, Mama, please take me to the doctor. Please take me to the doctor. My ear hurts. It's throbbing and it hurts. But she wouldn't take me because, Daddy didn't want to pay the bill for me to see the doctor. So I would just have to lay in bed at night and suffer. And sometimes I would wake up in the mornings and there would be, my eardrum would have burst during the night and there would be pus on my pillow. And of course, that was some relief for me. So, that was not a bad thing for me. Now, when I got older and I could drive, I would drive myself into Lumberton and go in to see Dr. Dale, and he would take some type of little needle, and it was called lancing the eardrum. So he would go in there and lance it, and all of that fluid and infection would drain. And then he would give me penicillin, and then I would have relief, for a few weeks. But I just remember being in school and my ear just throbbing and throbbing. And then it would make all of this. I could hear myself breathe. And oh, it was so annoying and so frustrating. Of course, back then we did not know the cause of it. Now we know it's from cigarette smoke. And y'all know that Dort and Lamar were both heavy smokers. So, I was just always breathing that cigarette smoke, and so I always had ear infections. So one time when my ear got infected, I was begging Mama, please take me to the doctor, please take me to the doctor. Well, in Hattiesburg, there was a group of ear specialists. I think they're called, back then they were called eye, ear, nose, and throat. But now the eye part of it has separated, and now they're just called ENTs. Well, there was a group of ENTs in Hattiesburg, and one of the doctor's name was Dr. Harris, and he was a very good doctor. And so Mother would take me to him, and he would give me a prescription for Dimetap. I mean, nowadays you can buy it over the counter, but back then, it had to be prescribed. Of course, that never really helped that much, but he would lance my eardrum, and that would give me a little bit of relief. Well, this went on for a couple of years, and so another time I was about 12 years old, and my ear was killing me, throbbing. So I finally convinced Mother to take me to Dr. Harris. So we went in there, and Dr. Harris's secretary told Mother, well, we can't see her until you pay the bill. You owe us $60. Mother threw a fit. I mean, she just jerked me by the arm and dragged me out of that doctor's office, cussing and screaming and yelling at them because they wouldn't see me. So, of course, I was still sick and still in a lot of pain. So instead of her paying the $60, she and Daddy decided to take me to a doctor in New Orleans. And Daddy worked for Gulf Oil Corporation, and he did have insurance. So the doctor would see me, with, the insurance coverage that we had and not charge anything. So Mother and Daddy took me to that doctor. Well, instead of just paying Dr. Harris and getting my eardrum lanced, this doctor decides to put me in the hospital and do a tonsillectomy and an adenodectomy. So I had to undergo that surgery, and I remember when I got home, I had about 5 bottles of liquid medicine that I had to take, and every one of them was a different flavor. There was like grape and orange and cherry and strawberry. Oh my God, it was disgusting. But even, having the tonsillectomy and my adenoids removed, my ears didn't ever get any better. So anyway, this just continued. And I just kept having the ear infections. And by then, like I said, I could drive myself to Dr. Dale. And Dr. Dale was not fussy about whether or not we paid him. He would just see anybody. He was such a good doctor. So he would see me and lance my eardrum and give me penicillin. So then, after I married John, and still not knowing, that cigarette smoke was the cause of it, John was a heavy smoker. So, of course, my ear aches continued. And so after we moved to Freeport, Texas, my ear was throbbing and hurting. So I just looked in the phone book and picked an ear doctor out of the yellow pages and made an appointment with him. And he was in Galveston. So John took me over there, and I said, well, can you lance my ear? It's killing me. So he just left the examining room and was gone for about an hour. And he was an old man. He was probably 70 years old. Well, he came back, and I didn't see what he used, but it felt like he drove a spike in my eardrum. Oh my God. The pain was horrendous. So we went home, and of course there was blood coming out of my ear, and the pain, it was just throbbing and hurting so bad. So I told John, we have to do something. I can't live like this. I'm in so much pain. So then we found an ear doctor in Houston. So we did call around and, ask for some recommendations, and we did find a young ear doctor. So I go in there, and so I was real sick, and I didn't feel like, doing anything with my hair. So I wore a wig that my mother had given me. And here's a picture of me with the wig on. So anyway, I was sitting in the examining chair, and the doctor reaches up to turn my head towards him. And instead of my head turning, the wig just went over half of my face. So he had this shocked look on his face, and of course, what half of my face was showing, I was shocked and I was embarrassed. So he goes, "You got a wig on?" I said, "Yeah, I do." So he examined my ear and everything, and it had a huge hole in it. And I told him, how bad it had hurt. And he said, well, these are his exact words. He said, well, you and I both know that it should not have hurt like that. So you won't believe what he used to repair that hole in my eardrum. He went in there with cigarette paper. Now, isn't that ironic that breathing cigarette smoke all those years is what caused my ear problems? And then the hole in my eardrum was repaired with cigarette paper. So I just wanted to share this little irony with y'all, and thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, the thumbs up, and to all of my new subscribers, welcome. And to all of my previous subscribers, thank you so much for your love and support. I love you. Bye, guys. And y'all keep on coming back. Bye.